Hydra fires a missile with the capability of killing millions. Spider-Man instinctively cries out no in horror and instantly webs onto the missile. The missile shoots into the air, the oxygen is getting thinner, and Peter finds it harder to stick against the projectile as it goes higher and faster. But Spider-Man is determined, and he will stop this missile, even if it's the last thing that he will do. Peter quickly deduces that the missile, like many others, has a gyroscopic GPS system constantly checking its speed and position to stay on target. So his plan is to redirect the missile using the GPS system to hit the water and not land. And I have to say, this is genius, because one thing you have to keep in mind with the character of Peter Parker, sure, he is smart, but not just on an intellectual level, but even more so on a practical level. The fact that when faced with all this pressure, physically and mentally, he can still make clear and concise deductions is a true testament to Peter's IQ. But as the missile starts to leave the atmosphere, it's getting harder to breathe through his mask, so he takes it off. His hands are freezing due to the altitude, but he still pushes through because at the end of the day, he is Spider-Man. Finally, Peter does it. He's able to change the trajectory. But when you have a threat to millions and millions of people on this scale, this is not something you can just leave to chance. He can't hope that the rocket will just find its way to the ocean, so now Peter has to hang on to the missile, waiting to detonate it himself in the ocean. The hope being that the toxins in the missile will dissolve into the ocean and or atmosphere upon explosion. Peter is starting to lose consciousness due to the lack of oxygen, faltering in and out a state of awareness, until he finally says goodbye to May and MJ, finally passing out and falling while the rocket is exploding in the background. As Peter is falling back down to sea level, he reopens his eyes, lamenting on how May, Mary Jane, and himself saved millions. But before Peter can fall to his death, Iron Man swoops in to save him, flying him back to safety. And holy shit, this is so cool. You have to remember, depending on the writer, it's a 50-50 chance that Peter hates Spider-Man or admires him. But no matter how Spider-Man feels about Tony because of the events of Civil War, Tony will always respect and admire Spider-Man due to the fact that Spider-Man is the greatest hero of their time. And fuck it, I'm just going to say it, Spider-Man is the greatest hero in fiction. And with that being said, we're going to end off right here. I am a big ass nerd, so I talk about everything comics, anime, manga, video games, books, movies, TV shows. If it has a good story and great characters, I will talk about it. Anyways, subscribe or I will tickle your feet. See you later.